end of time. For her, I would sail across the cosmic sea to the end of time. her, I would sail across the cosmic sea to the end of time. For her, I would sail across the cosmic sea to the end of time. would sail across the cosmic sea to the end of time. For her, I would sail across the cosmic sea to the end of time.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Indian Showdown Season 1. And today on the caster desk, it's me, Crucifix, and beside me is Mako. But before that, do you guys know that this is a friendly match, best of 3, okay? By team, from both teams, Toska Divas And also to the side of red, we have. I'm
I
sorry, there
feel
was a
Red
little
got
bit of a.
such an interesting name, like cook or get cooked. This is like people are getting so much more creative, and I feel like me and Crucifix are both like really happy to see such creativity in these fields, right?
Yup, yup. And also, did you guys know that this is powered by IGC, Indian Gaming Corp? And today we are actually kind of excited for this match. Mako, talking about that, what do you mean exactly?
I just feel like the Toska Divas, of course, like you want to go with the Divas, the looks, the style. But at the same time, like cook or get cooked, like this Gen Z language and everything is like pretty much accumulating and coming together right now. So there's a lot of like what should I say, creativity into naming people, the IGNs and everything. I just feel scared like what kind of names their kids are gonna get. And well, the
Oh,
teachers are gonna face the brunt of it.
oh no. Imagine kind of like getting your student, you know those reels where you have, a teacher kicking out students for having weird names. I think that's going to be the future of everywhere.
Exactly. Oh my God, this is so relatable because a lot of times I just go calling out someone's name and they're like, no, I don't sound like that. I'm like, okay, never mind. You just got it, right? I'm calling you. So yeah, that's it.
It's funny because in the end of the day, the teachers are the ones that are, the current students and everyone, they're going to be the teachers soon. And these guys will have a lot of problems. Good luck to all the teachers. And talking about that, I feel a little parched, Maiko. Do you think I should take a glass of water? Of course I should. Because, well, it's good to stay hydrated. And don't forget to do that, guys.
Exactly. That is very important. So guys, while he gets a glass of water, we are actually going into the band phase. Let's just see what they are going with. So the first one goes to the Tosca Divas and let's see, what kind of ban are we expecting? Mm, I feel like, okay, I think this is getting pretty stable, and Matilda has been banned. So I feel like that Matilda and Hilda, both of them are really annoying in this current meta. So that is a very viable ban. Oh, and Alice as well. Okay, looking good. So the ban zones are actually being decorated with female heroes as well. Are we expecting, should I say, a Khalid? And there we have a guy joining the band zone.
Hey guys, sorry for that, but my water break is done and I'm back. Maiko, did I skip? What did I miss? Hit me with everything.
Well, you just missed four of the bands, and three beautiful ladies, or rather, two beautiful ladies and a pretty girl, have taken their places on the band zone, guys. So it's Matilda, Zushin, and Alice, and of course, accompanied by Khalid at the band zone right now.
Well, to be fair, Matilda is always a good option to ban out because she is like an escape route to literally every hero that needs an ultimate or a dash skill to engage. Imagine a Julian just jumping in with a Matilda. He has a means to jump in without just using his second skill. He can keep it for the immunity. But then again, if you think about it, Alpha is the one who's majorly advantageous because of that Matilda, because he can just go in with the Spear of Alpha, fly out with the Guiding Winds. Like, damn, dude, why are you so annoying? It's fair that she's in the ban section, and to be honest, Khalid, after the nerf, it does not really matter. It's just a damage reduction nerf on the second skill, Sandville. But other than that, I think these heroes could not, like, they're not a priority ban if you think about it.
I just feel like they can be really annoying, like the Raging Sandstorm coming in with the Flipko play. Like, that is really troublesome. And Seo, okay, Seo with his mobility and damage, completely understandable. Whereas on the other hand, Yushang is a bit questionable. I'm not sure if I expected him to be banned, but okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. In the side of Toska Divas, okay, I don't know if it's Divas, yeah, Divas. I'm just gonna call them Divas because literally everyone is a girl there, but we see the Yuzong getting banned. Pretty standard because he dominates the EXP lane, can catch you off guard if you're in the backside of the map, like not backside of the team fight. If you're in the last lane, like last line of defense, you're literally going to get taken down by the big black dragon. He's just going to fly in. But talking about that, to separate the lovers, we see Sicilian getting picked by Toska Divas, and Carmilla getting picked onto the side of Cook or get cooked. And alongside that, Carmilla is one of the most annoying mages out there, especially with that knockup from the Eternal Guard, Exana. Holy.
Oh, and look at that. I just felt bad. Cecilian and Carmela end up at the reverse side. But at the same time, that Carmilla and Vexana combo, that is looking good for cook or get cooked. And I just feel like they are planning to cook.
Maybe, but we don't know yet because maybe the Tigreal and the Phobius will be the ones cooking this match. But we also have that Clint who could actually do a ton of damage. I can't stress that enough, especially with that buff in the cast speed. Literally, just quick draw has a value now. It's literally him just quick draw and then using a basic attack. He's unstoppable. I can't escape with the second skill too, but that ultimate is what you have to be looking out for because that can be used at a range that you can't really catch people. And Tigreal might just need to use that resource that he calls Flicker the most. Okay, no. Resource that he calls the bush to catch this Clint off guard.
You know what? A brave man never hides in the bush, but I just feel some
Yeah.
men aren't as brave as we thought they were. But okay. That is completely agreeable because the trapping recoil has a more dash distance now. And well, just the dash distance is not all there is to it. Well, I just saw a match with Clint yesterday and he is doing good. Like all the adjustments, the patches, and the items are looking really good for him. So that might be really troublesome for Toska Divas. And there we see
True.
Mia, Alpha, and Hayabusa have also been banned. I just feel like Mia is getting a lot of love, and well, she does deserve the ban zone. And Alpha, well, yeah. Alpha is doing really good with all the region and all the new items and stuff.
Totally agreeable. Alpha has so much potential, even with the Matilda or without. You put an Angela on top of him, he's just devastating. Team fights like, I'm just here to kill. The Onimaru skin, no, that's a Saber skin, I think. The Onimusha Commander skin for Alpha is dope as hell because he's just a warlord charging in with his spear and his trusty eyeball. I don't know what that's called, but it's
Oh
not
my
beta, definitely
god.
not beta.
Look at that. We have a fanny pick. And now that is looking
Fanny getting
even
picked,
more interesting.
Fanny getting picked though. What do you think about that?
I just feel like this is going to be really interesting because after the current patches, her steel cables are even more viable with the high region of energy and the damage coming in from Cutthroat. I think Sicilian is going to have some trouble. And I just feel like Tosca Divas are also having some trouble, to understand what to pick against them. And look at that. I just feel like Bane with his deadly catch is such a good counter to like Fanny's and Lynx and other assassins because he just has so much range, the damage and everything, the survivability with his rum. But yeah, I just feel like Fanny still might be dominating if played well.
Well, if he's just gonna swoop in with the steel cables, get the kill, maybe with maybe two blade swings or that cutthroat. I don't remember the name of that spell for Fanny, the first skill, I mean, but well, that's all something that you actually kind of ignore because the cutthroat is what deals the most damage, especially after that patch. It increases in damage 30%. Try Fanny, get used to Fanny, and I'm pretty sure you guys will actually be able to dominate the Land of Dawn. But then again, we see Mincetar getting picked. Not very, valuable in terms of catching Sicilian or maybe Tigreal. It's too tanky. Or Phobius. Phobius. Oh, wait. Phobius's NBA style smackdown is not going to happen inside Minotaur's King's Calling because he is completely using a dash skill in this ultimate. Oh, sheesh, that's actually a good counter to Phobius.
So, Infernal Pursuit is banned in the King's Calling. Okay. Now that could be a really good strategy because I was trying to contemplate why the King's Calling was chosen as the last hero. Because if you're trying to make it safe for Fanny, it would have been understood, but the Toska Divas lineup is already ready. So, well, yeah, that could be a very viable option if you can shut down Infernal Pursuit.
Hmm. I agree with you, and I think that this is going to be an exciting match, but, well, like you said, Mincetar really got picked last. It was not really something that you want to see. However, we are in the land of Dawn, and we are seeing exciting action in the blue buff and red buff section for both of the teams who are actually kind of like on the blue side and red side. Both of them are actually sticking to their own morals, I guess.
Yes, this is looking good, and the match has already started. Looks like it's gonna be a golden gank, but well, Fanny has so high mobility that she can easily gank anywhere.
Well, so sorry about that. I think there was a network connection, but guys, I think we're not seeing much, but that Fanny is swooping in with a steel cables, but will not be able to do enough damage to that Tigreal. God's Aegis has been baited out. Fanny escapes in the nick of time, does not give Tigreal enough time to use the Sacred Hammer. He has level 2. Fanny could have been in trouble if he had the second skill ready, but Sacred Hammer was sadly on cooldown, so Fanny was able to escape again after that engage, which is kind of risky, but not really worth it if you think about it.
I just feel like she just put some pressure onto the goal, and now she's already at the EXP. So, in terms of rotation, she's doing a really good job. Like, she's using his mobility, and Revitalize has been popped
Yep.
up.
Well, we see a lot happening right now, but the Deadly Catch has been used. Fanny gets hit twice by the Deadly Catch, gets hit by the minions too, but is barely able to escape. That HP, though, is just cute. But the turtle has spawned in, and I think red side has the advantage. Nope, I think Tigreal is full HP. Carmilla can't really do much, but you know what's going to happen? Bane is going to get that level 5 before the first turtle fight, though that's what Fanny is doing too, but that will be a free game, whoever has more damage. And I think Sicilian is trying to do a little more damage. Implosion coming in from that Tigreal, but will not catch Rexana. However, Carmilla will be taken down by her almost lover, but, well, Phobia's got the kill on her, so she is going down. Won't be there for the turtle fight anytime soon. Fanny looking in for a steel cable, swoop and steal, and he's not able to because Phobius and Sicilian are on him, but we see the Tigreal using the Sacred Hammer, trying to push away Mincetar. Deadly Catch coming in the nick of time, killing that turtle. But you know what else happened? Phobius got the kill on Vexana. Not something that you want to see because Carmilla is taken out. And in the bot lane, I think Toska Divas are actually handling this pretty well. Oh, look at that Sacred Hammer and that Sicilian's Sanguine Claws catching him until he has almost run out of energy, but will be able to escape. Again, Fanny actually doing it in the nick of time. Not looking good for his team, though. Mako, what do you think?
I just feel like that was a bit of a silly decision, and Carmilla falling down at the nick of time was something which was bad for the red team. So like, and Toska Divas literally took up the opportunity, and they're just like leaving no crumbs. So like, this is really either one team is gonna cook.
Totally agree, but the Deadly Catch has been used. Carmilla getting taken down again, but I think we're actually going to see Fanny just going in, but not getting an opportunity because everyone is there, and I think Tigreal has used the ultimate. Sanguine Claws connecting onto that. Oh no. Oh no. I think Clint is going to be in trouble. M2 Skin is not going to save you, Clint. You are going down by that Claude's Blazing Duet. And the bottom tower goes down. Tier 1, bye-bye. But we are actually trying to see a little bit more happening before the second turtle fight. Mako, do you have any thoughts about this?
I feel like the decisions have to be making a bit more crucially because this is not looking good for the teams. Like a 6-0. So there's a lot of getting cooked being done by the red team right now.
Anything else that's on your mind? But we see the Bane getting the kill on the Vexana, who was taken almost down by Claude. And I think we're actually going to see another turtle fight.
As I said, like Vexana was really out of position, and it was actually Claude who was on the red team side, and Vexana who was coming in from the blue team side. So that was actually like cross position, and she was taken down. So going early in so much off position, that too alone, and giving kills to the hyper or the gold leader, that can be a really bad decision. Also, both the totals are going to the same team, so that is gonna be extra, amount of goals and stuff. Like, look at the scoreboard, 7-0, and already one of the turrets has fallen. So it's like Toska Divas are not leaving any chance which they are getting. Also, Sicilian is there for as a late game reassurance. Like, look at that deadly catch, and it could have put it on the King's Calling having used.
But that's something exciting is happening in the top lane. We see that everyone dived into the tower in the top tier 1 to maybe get a kill. However, Phoveus was able to bait out all of them enough for 2 of them to go down. That's going to be Tigreal going down and also Phoveus. However, that is not going to stop Claude from taking that kill onto that clit in the mid lane. GG's. Toska Divas are actually playing pretty good. They're even baiting out the Fanny. Holy.
As I said, the microplays and the decisions made were perfectly accurate and aligned with their motives. Like, they are already pushing the turrets and the ganks they are taking not wasted. Like, look at Bane, like the deadly catch going on to Fanny at the exact time. The King's Calling was a little delayed. Oh, the Spear of Glory connects onto Sicilian, and the implosion coming in, Fanny high onto Sicilian. The deadly catch and the Curse of Blood has been used. The Curse Blast onto the. No, I just feel like Fanny does not have enough damage.
Of course, Fanny falls down, and we see the King's Calling being used. Phoveus cannot use his ultimate even if he marks people because the King's Calling is going to shut down every dash skill, and Phoveus uses dashes every time he uses the ultimate. Not something that you want to see. But mid lane is able to defend itself. Top. No, I mean not top. Top has gone down for the red side, but mid lane they did defend it. Fanny is taking a little bit of farm, but he does not know that Claude has vision on him. And we see that Claude is trying to maybe go a little ahead. No, he is able to not bait out the Fanny. And we see Claude using the second skill, the mirror device. On time, we see the Tigreal's Sacred Hammer connecting onto that Fanny, pushing him away, getting the kill. The Tigreal got the kill onto that Fanny. GG's.
I just feel like Fanny is not having a good day because she is this was the first death of Fanny, but at the same time she has not been able to do much. Like the damage coming in and everything. I just wanna look at the itemizations as well.
Oh, but before that, we see the implosion coming in, catching 2 people, and we see that Bane has gotten the kill on the Vexana, but the Curse of Blood has linked 3 of them. I don't think they will be able to do enough damage to take that opportunity, but Fanny has lost her blue buff. Sanguine Claws connecting onto that Mincitar, and also Claude Blazing Duet going in. Bane getting the kill onto that Mincitar, and Claude getting the kill onto that Carmilla. And also that double kill was nice to see. Claude is definitely farmed up and he is ready to take a fight.
Totally, he's at a 604, 1 kill for the godlike. And also I just like the way he's just getting to use the MTech, prime skin.
Yep. I want to use that skin so bad. I'm going to actually go to a tournament probably just to play that. Sanguine Claws connecting on it too, but not enough damage to take them down. We see Fanny trying to maybe look in for a little bit of an Oh, I don't think an implosion is going to be used. Fanny is going to escape, but then we see the implosion catching 3 people. We see the godlight coming on Claude. Blazing Duet has been used. Double kill onto the Minotaur. Sicilian gets the kill on the Carmilla, and we see Sanguine Claws almost connecting onto the Fanny, but then again, he will be able to escape. Claude doing a ton of damage onto the minions, trying to push the lane, but hey, there are no more minions on your side, so just go top. That's what he's thinking. So Vexana is looking in for maybe a little bit, farm. Claude just leaves it up to her, and everyone else, Sicilian, Bane, just go back. Just trying to take it easy before the storm comes in.
They're already prepping up the Lord, and look at those KDs like Sicilian and Claude Undead, even Bane. But even more than Bane, like Claude and Sicilian are more of like, late game reassurances. And the amount of farm they are getting, the skills and everything. Now, this is looking really bad for the team Cook or Get Cooked because they are gonna sustain some heavy damage coming in from them.
True. And we saw just above the mid lane river area, we saw Fanny's buff getting invaded again, but Fanny was able to retreat that on the right side. Bane's deadly catch is not usable for this Lord push for the next 30 seconds or so. I think the Lord is going to take that much time to come back. Bane will have his ultimate ready, the deadly catch. The fishes are going to do a lot. And we see Fanny getting stunned, and we see a ton of damage coming in from Phobius, but that enough to take down the Fanny. I think we'll be able to escape pretty fast. Go pretty far, but he will be pretty far away from his red buff, so he will not be able to take that with the retribution that he did last time. He's taking a ton of damage from the crab claw cannon from the Bane. The physical build hurts a real bad, but the mage build is even worse. Sanguine Claws connecting onto 2 people. We see the implosion play and the King's Calling used inside the tower defensively, and we see double kill for the Sicilian tower on the top. Tier 3 goes down. Lord still more than half HP. Will not be able to defend it. I probably think it's not going to look good for the side of Team Red. However, they will actually be able to do enough damage. We see Claude has used the Vengeance, Aegis, and Clint gets the kill onto the Claude, who took a lot of damage inside the tower, but the Bane is still alive, will be able to destroy it with a deadly catch for a deadly game number 1. 1 for Toska Divas.
I just feel like the early engagers were not that good because Fanny has a lot of power or control at the early, but she also went to the gold lane, but it was not successful. But she definitely left it up and went to the top lane. But there also she was not that successful. And before the first turtle, right there, Carmela died. So there was a lot of consecutive mistakes or small plays which they could not win. And that just led to the rise of, Bane and Sicilian getting a lot of farm and assists at the early. And at the late, it was completely dominated by Claude and Sicilian. The damage coming in and the support coming in from the deadly catch. Like the instant stun, the range, and Fanny could not do anything. The moment she came close and Bane was completely there to protect them. At the same time, Claude had enough damage to melt them down, while Fanny did not have enough damage to kill them. So, well, the answer is right in our hands. What do you feel, Chrissy? So next time, are we gonna see a Claude or a Sicilian ban? Or maybe if we are not gonna see a Fanny, maybe. I suppose that could be a viable strategy. Because Sicilian did play a key role, but at the same time, I feel like Claude did a lot more damage.
Oh my god, I just realized I was talking without my mic open. I'm so sorry about that.
Well, I just thought you were speechless after what happened at the last match, but okay. So what do you
My
feel
bad, my
about
bad.
this?
Totally my bad. But hey, guys, I actually kind of like expected Fanny to do much more damage, but she did fall early off in the middle stage of the game. You really don't like to see it when a Fanny is not able to do much. Claude was able to escape pretty easily, especially with Tigreal right there. He was able to kind of like dodge death a few times. He had a zero kill streak, sorry, zero death streak, 9 kills, but maybe more. I think the last time I saw it was 9. However, but the only issue that they actually faced was the Sicilian, because honestly, Sicilian did so much for their team. They actually provide he actually provided the damage and the CC needed. And also, if you want to escape from Sanguine Claws, you're literally wasting a Purify. Vexana did not have a chance because you don't want to get blasted by Bat Impact, do you? Like bats just flying in the air, bam. So Vexana using the Purify was a required, but that left her open for like implosion gameplays from Tigreal and his flicker.
Completely. Like that was a real game changer, and I just feel like Sicilian or Claude has to be prioritized for the ban at the next game because the positioning sense and the gameplay was also very good. As I said, like they had zero death streak, and like that is really hard to maintain, especially when you have a Fanny as your opponent. And the decision to get like Aegis was also pretty good, but I don't really see the expenditure of Aegis that much, except for a few times when it was really crucial. So yeah, the falling off Fanny at the early game, that was really bad for the red team, and I feel like they have to be much more careful. Maybe go for a hyper who is not so dependent upon the farm or she's not exactly dependent on the items, but at the same time she does need the kills or a bit of snowball.
I actually have the perfect hero for people who actually want to learn hypers. Okay, it's going to be Saber. Bear with me, okay? It's a bad pick. Okay, it's just a counter pick to
Okay.
literally every other assassin. I agree. It's a bad pick. However, Saber does provide a lot of value, and beginner junglers could understand easier how to be a jungler because he can get a lot of levels, and even if he does not have levels, he sets up kills for his team. And that 1.5 seconds of CC from the triple slash, it's just going to be that required CC in the early game. You literally maybe have a Franco coming in. He has a good amount of CC, but having that CC in the early game provides a lot of potential for your team. And Saber is where it's at. You literally playing the first assassin in Mobile Legends.
I understand. Like that is really good reasoning. But what other heroes would you suggest to them?
Firstly, Argus. I'm an Argus main. I've been playing for the past 7 years, and the moment Argus dropped, and that's like around 5 years ago, when Argus dropped, I started playing him religiously. I have 6 accounts where I'm only Argus, like playing Argus, and well, I have global in all of them, and surprisingly, I have an above 78% win rate with all my games, actually. But that's just me. Argus aside, I would recommend if you want to learn how to play a good tank, and if you want to switch up a little bit, you can go for the damage Franco. However, Franco in itself needs you to hook properly or run in and use the ultimate. But Johnson can do both. He is kind of cool. And he does provide a lot of value for his team if you have a good mage with you, like Vale or maybe Alice, to engage in to fight. And on top of that, Angela. Oh my god. Angela is pretty good as a roam. And we have a ton of good heroes. However, one hero that stands out to me, like a lot nowadays, is, well, bear with me, it's Nolan, because he has so much potential with that rupture having a lower cooldown. It's the last patch, but he still has that, but a place where he can actually still stand on because his rupture cooldown is shorter. He can dash in and dash out. The early game might have been nerfed, but you don't really have to take fights in the early game. You need items, and you can get the items if you maybe get 1 or 2 kills early on and all your farm. So he does stand out, and by the end game, he still has the same 1.5 seconds cooldown on his spells. Always valuable.
Hmm. That's a really good observation, Chrissy. I just feel like Nolan and Lance, like they're pretty mechanical heroes. Like even Char, like you have a lot of mobility and a lot of options, and based on how you handle them, like you can just actually got like outplays or other outmaneuver options. And well, when it comes to me, I'll just say that if you're trying to go with a marksman or something, you should definitely go with Leela because obviously I am such a big fan of hers, and well, I will always
Oh,
prefer her
geez.
over any meta.
I've seen your profile. You literally have 78% win rate with Layla. Give some Layla tips.
I just feel like a lot of people discontinue to go with the traditional marksman because the mobility and everything like it's very important. But the key role of a marksman is to like provide assistance like damage from a safe distance. So while if someone is suddenly coming onto you, it is really hard. But at the same time, with flicker or something, like you have to make sure that you position yourself well and wait for the fights. Like don't reveal your positions. Like wait for to get the vision of your enemies, have a good map sense, and then you can just deal the damage and you can actually do pretty great. Even for mages and all, like the amount of support you're dealing, the amount of damage you're dealing, the amount of initiations, like there's a real like choreography play going on, like division of labor. So who is supposed to initiate and who is supposed to help, who is supposed to stun and who is supposed to deal damage. Like a major damage dealer and a finisher. So all of those combined, I feel like that's very important to divide those rules because some teams I've seen like beautifully do like Hayabusa or someone attacking a squishy hero at the early and like completely deleting them at the early. But in the late game when everyone is grouped together, they just use their skills like Ogi Shadow Kill and suddenly they're just trying to drop the HP down. And then there's coming the marksman like Bruno or someone who's actually guaranteeing or securing the kills. So while the assassin is securing the kills in the early, the late game, there's a transition. There's a neat understanding between the team members, like who is supposed to or who is assigned to what kind of job. And I feel like these kind of micro plays and understanding the synergy is very, very important for you to win a game because it's actually 5v5, not 1v1.
I totally agree. And talking about 1v1s, do not engage into fights where you are clearly outnumbered. Because, well, if you actually have Tigreal and Clint against you as a Claude, he was playing good. She was playing good. And she actually kept safe before she actually engaged. And she did get a lot of kills on Clint because, well, Clint was out of position. However, do not take the risk of jumping into a fight unless of course you're an exp main and you have spell vamp or lifesteal because you literally can't out sustain most heroes like if you pick damage, if you pick heroes like do a ton of damage like Terizla or something like that who's tanky as hell, these heroes can still stall for team fights and give you a lot of options.
Yes, completely agreeable. And I just feel like these kind of understandings and the role assignments will be important. And that is what we saw in this. Like, just look at that. Zero deaths and stuff. That is exactly when they know how to position themselves or just to stay away.
Well, then again, it's all about how you actually macro play. I'm not going to sit here and talk about the meta because most efficient tactics available is not something that you actually want to keep in mind because I've seen people who play Gord better than people who actually got like played Kagura during when she got her buff. That's kind of surprising when you actually have potential with a hero. Just practice, get good at it because not everyone's going to play the hero that you actually like and not everyone is going to get good at it. That's why they
Oh
actually
my
go for the
God.
easier.
That is so relatable because a lot of people are like meta fanatics and they just pick the heroes or ban the heroes, whatever is going on the flow at the like the social market because MPL people are doing that. But at the same time, I just feel like
Mhm.
the comfort picks are so important because you can really outplay them. Because when I'm playing Leela or play when I'm playing some other marksman, I have just a lot more understanding on the amount of damage that I can deal with Leela as compared to some other marksmen, the amount of like the dodging capabilities or a lot of other mood things which can actually help me like decide whether or not I can survive a gang or whether or not I can outplay them. Sometimes just a decision that even if I use the flicker defensively, it's gonna be wasted because I cannot outmaneuver them. So all those things,
Agreed.
like when you're trying with a new hero, like even if you're good at the hero, if you're good at the game, I just feel like a bit of experience and a bit of practice actually makes you shine in a particular hero. Like, just look at that. Claude has only one kill, and that is a kill he got onto Vexana. And the rest of the things is
Not
like
good.
he dealt so much damage, but at the same time, he is having only assists. So this kind of understanding, like the goalie needs skills, guys. And Sicilian and Bane, like both of them, and Tigreal with 14. Okay, I'm so
14
sorry.
kills. How?
I feel
How
like
does
there might be a mistake. So that's completely fine. So like I just feel like Toska Divas did a very good job with the coordination and the team play.
Yep, I agree. And talking about that, Tigreal getting like 14 kills is just insane. Imagine a tank, Tigreal just ditching all of his tank equipment and just taking damage items like Blade of Pepsi's, just charging in, getting a savage with an implosion, and just walking away like a boss. Especially
Oh
with a
my
gold
god.
baron skin, that just makes it so much
That
better.
just
Oh
makes sense,
god.
but at the same time, you do realize he's not gonna survive walking up to them. That is exactly why we
Holy
have defense items, but okay.
true. Okay, I was just having like a fanboy moment for Tigreal. Bro is so
Of
underappreciated,
course.
but he does have a lot of value. And then again, Tigreal is the only hero in Mobile Legends that was rated 10 for crowd control. He is a crowd control beast. Every one of his spells has crowd control. A slow for his first skill, a pushback or knockback for his second skill, a knock up for his second skill, second phase, and a stun that keeps pulling people into the center. That's like black hole from like Dota 2 black hole Enigma type of shit. He just walks in and just uses blink dagger in this case flicker and just kind of like uses his ultimate black hole, sucks everyone in, and just like destroys people. It's an actual black hole, by the way.
Actually, like there are really rare skills which can gather people, like Tigreal's Implosion, Vale's Windstorm, and Atlas's Fatal Links. So yes, you are completely right. He's kind of underappreciated, and we would love to see more plays from him.
I totally agree with you.
Well, guys, I guess this is it for this match, and soon we'll be back with the second match between the same pair ups, guys. Don't go anywhere and stay tuned.
No, I think we're in the caster desk. I think we have to talk. We're not getting away anytime soon. Oh no.
Uh, so this is actually good because we were actually having a lot of discussions and important ones, you know. And these discussions are all based on the heroes. Like Tigre is one of the first heroes to be launched, and I just feel like a lot of other heroes or the new heroes are getting more preferences. Like I'm just really happy how Mia came back into the meta and getting into the ban zones and stuff. Like I just feel like
Agreed.
Tigreal, Saber, Mia, like Layla, Alice, like these are being underappreciated. Although Alice and Mia are getting their fair share of bans and appreciations at this moment. What do you feel?
Well, to be honest, I feel like the old heroes need some love too. And that's my whole mentality. I play with like all the old heroes. I play Gord. Recently, I got like a Savage with Gord, and it was surprising, especially with that buff on the first skill. Damn, developers, you're actually listening to people who actually want to play non meta heroes. Thanks. But then again, all that goodwill from the developers are coming into our games, and we actually need to appreciate every buff and nerf. Well, some heroes need to be nerfed, like Suyu. Holy, that dude just comes in, just does so much damage, and just kills you in a second. And Zushin, the crowd control on her, the butterfly lantern just goes makes me go insane.
That is a lot of annoyance, and I just feel like Zushin completely deserves the ban zone because all the lantern flare, the crimson beacon, like everything is like slowing, you know, burning, debuff, the knockup, airborne, like everything is so annoying about her. At the same time, I just feel like she has a fair opponent, which is Eve. Like Eve also has such a crazy hitbox. She's like a tower controlling and dealing damage and debuffing enemies from afar. Like that's a lot of poke and debuffs coming in together from her.
Yep, and we see the Matilda and the Zushin getting banned onto the side of Toska Divas, and also Cook or Get Cooked go for the Sicilian ban. Kind of respectful if you think about it. But then the Chip, I was surprised. I just realized Chip was not banned in the first match. What the hell are you guys doing? Chip is overpowered, even with a nerf. Seriously, even with a nerf, he's so annoying. That shortcut just makes it so hard for you to escape and brings his whole team. It's like Avengers Endgame moments when he actually just walks in with his first skill. Overtime is where he's just coming at you and then he's just doing this shortcut thing, making everyone just pop out of nowhere. Dude, do not bring this into the ranked games. Always ban that chip. But I was talking about Nolan. Nolan does not get the appreciation that he deserves, and I think I finally get to see it. And the Tigreal, respect ban, obvious. He was so powerful in the in the early game.
Right, as I said, like I was expecting Sicilian to go, and well, Tigreal has joined him at the ban zone. So this is completely understandable, and I feel like that was a really good decision.
Fair,
And
fair,
there's
but
a
the
rare pick.
Kagura, what do you think?
Well, exactly, I was just saying like that's a rare pick. Like I just love Kagura because I'm a Kagura player as well. But at the same time, I don't believe that she's doing well in this meta right now. But of course, it depends on how you use her. So based on it, I just feel like you can actually dish out a lot of damage because if like Clint or some other hero is there at the backlane, you can actually use your umbrella to burst them down. Like she's also a half assassin, you know. The amount of mobility and the flicker plays coming in, like all of those TikTok reels and things which I've been seeing. Like now she has become a mechanical hero with a lot of viable options. So I just feel like this is gonna be exciting to watch.
Yup. And Mako, I think you forgot something. There is another hero that can pull people into the center, and that's again Kagura with that yin yang overturn when it's open umbrella form. And we see onto the side of Team Cooker Get Cooked, they're going for an Angela and Gatot Kacha. Dude, Gatot will not be dying anytime soon with that Angela on top of him, and he will be able to sustain way more damage and deal equal amounts of damage with a thunder belt and a ton of magic items. He will be so annoying. But talking about that, Julian gets picked onto the side of Team Toska Divas, and that is not something that you want to see because he is one other hero that gets his level spike, like power spike, by level 3, and they have two of them onto their side. That's Suyu and Julian. I think this is going to be a tough game for the side of Cook or Get Cooked. They might get cooked.
I feel like the draft is actually going better for the Tosca Divas, but at the same time, as you said, the AOG and hard guard combo is looking strong. Like if you directly AOG onto Xavier, I feel like Xavier is gonna have a lot of trouble.
Yeah, true, but maybe he can run Purify or maybe like uh Flicker if he's good at timing. Like she is good at timing, but well, either way, there's a ton of ways to escape from Gatot because his AOG, the Avatar of Guardian, is so slow and clunky. It almost is easy to escape as fast as you can escape from a running dog who's obese. That's literally what I actually feel when I see Gatot's AOG jumping on me. But then again, in the ban section this time around, we see in the second phase, Lane getting banned, kind of cutting down on their jungle options, and also Bruno. I think they actually have a strategy in mind because they actually banned out two good heroes, while the side of Cook or Get Cooked ban out that Mia. Mia, again, like you said, Miko, it's such a painful hero to deal with. She has a lot of value, don't you think so?
Completely, like coming in with a moonlight blessing and suddenly boom, 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 pow. Like that's a lot of speed and a damage coming in. Especially, I feel like she's doing good with both the builds right now. But with the recent advancements to the Malefic gun, I just feel like the crit build on Mia with the Malefic gun is gonna be devastating. So that was a really good
Yep.
decision to get her out. And oh, One goes out as well. I just feel like the decisions coming in are perfectly aligned with what should be done. And finally, Toska Divas
Yeah.
get Carmela, but Sicilian has been banned. So, like, this is like, fated just parting off for lovers.
Oh no, it's just the same thing as last match, but this time Sicilian is watching. And also, I think that's gonna leave room open for Team Toska Divas to get the Claude back in on their team again, but that's only if Team Cook or Get Cooked don't get that Claude in their team.
I feel like rather than prioritizing a Claude, I think we have to go for a good assassin. Like whatever they are planning for at the jungle. Because I do feel like a fighter might have been better. Because with Angela as the mid, they do need some amount of sustain. And okay, they are going for that sustain with the Fredrin. And well, Hanabi is also looking pretty strong with a hard guard. What do you think? Like these are all viable combos like Hanabi, Gatot, Kacha, and Fredrin. Like Angel has a lot of options to dive in. Also, Kogura can be saved whenever she is making some commitment.
Hmm. Truth be told, now I see that Team Toska Divas, I called it, and we saw. I called it. That Claude got picked onto the side of Toska Divas, and we are gonna see. Hey, am I audible?
Yes, of course you are. And I was exactly thinking that, yes, Crucy just said that. And yeah, they are getting the Claude back. I was just feeling like they might have banned Claude, but at the same time, if Tosca Divas have a good 1-1 player, I feel like this could also be a lot of trouble because, 1-1 can easily use her ultimate, like the crossbow of tank will be unlocked onto Gatot Kacha or Fredrin. Also, she can easily escape from Kagura. So I feel like that was a good option as well.
Yeah, I still remember 1-1 having 4 weakness points that you have to hit before you can use the crossbow of Tang. However, that 3 weakness points, I mean, it's easier now. You can just do it in like 3 basic attacks, not even 3. You just need one
I
basic
just,
attack to finish that. Like,
yeah,
it's
but
just that easy now.
at the same time, I just feel like the damage nerf is real because I just see some people like the revitalize is so strong right now, and Gatot with the revitalize or vengeance, like just completely eating up my ultimate crossbow of tank, inspire as well, and I'm falling down from the sky and no damage done. Like that was so hard and painful to watch.
Yup, and we see the Suyu in the EXP lane trying to take it slow. I think as a Suyu player, you should take the third skill, Soul. No, Evil Queller, if you actually want to go in the EXP lane, or even maybe the gold lane, because you have a lot of range with that like Evil Queller. Why do I keep calling it Soul Queller? The second skill is Soul Queller. Yeah. So you have a lot of range with that Evil Queller, the arrow thing that you just pull back and then snipe.
Yes, I
You
just feel
always will
like
be able to last a minion.
yeah, exactly. That is really important. I just feel like the arrows and the tap damage coming in from CO are such a good option. Like you can just use it to get the last hits and like keep up your farm. And once you have other skills, oh, Hanabi is getting ganked. See that?
Oh my god, Hanami is getting ganked by 4 people, but that will not stop Fredrin from coming for the rescue because 2 maidens were there to actually get some. Oh, but they do get some. The Claude and the Julian just ignore the Fredrin. He does not help the maidens, and he will be in a tricky situation after that Xavier's second skill. We're seeing Megumi and Gojo harassing people like they're actually trying to fight Yuji on the first encounter.
That is a well-made decision, and Claude just went in with his mirror image onto Angela and Hanabi. Although Hanabi managed to escape, they did get a kill on Angela. So exactly, this
Yep,
is
yep.
prioritizing. Like Frederick was out of position, and Frederick might have died as well. But at the same time, if they got a kill on Hanabi, that is a lot of gold difference coming in for the gold laners.
Yeah, and Suyu is able to kind of like push Gatot back into his base because he has the evil feather already and he's using it for his advantage. The second skill is not where it's at, but we see Kagura in the top lane trying to maybe get a kill onto that Suyu, but only has Angela to help her. But that ultimate, the Yin Yang overturn, will be ignored by the Suyu's flicker, but he will not be escaping Angela's flame shot and first skill combo. That is the nail on the coffin for him. He is going down, and we see AOG landing in. We only get one person caught, but he also Carmilla will be taken down pretty fast just because of the AOG. Gojo can't really do much because he needs to take a bit of time off, and we see Julian maybe looking in for a turtle steal, but he has given up vision on himself. We see his combo being used. The immunity from the second skill allows him to escape and also regenerate a little bit of HP, especially with the crab thing that he's killing right now on the top side of the jungle. But then again, we see Cook or Get Cooked have initiated the turtle fight, and they are a little too low, but I think the Yin Yang overturn will not be enough. The retribution coming in from Fredrin will be able to secure the turtle, but the curse of blood just didn't do much. It was not valuable at all because it hit people, but it did not. Nobody followed up. It was just sad to see Hanabi's a little pushback, and Claude has the advantage in the lane.
That's such a good retribution coming in from Fredrin, the timing and everything, because I just thought that there could be a good steal. But at the same time, I just feel bad whenever there's a good engage and initiations coming in, and there's no one to follow it up because that person that really looked good. But at the same time, without any follow up coming in, you just have like it's just wasted. And Julian is actually taking up a lot of gold from mid turret. So now, what do you think about these decisions? Like, instead of ganking the gold lane, Julian decided to stay mid, and like he actually took up a lot of gold from that shield.
Yep, he took a chunky amount of gold from that shield and will directly go for his red buff, and after that maybe gank the Gatot. Gatot is a physical tank. He can take a lot of damage and turn it into defense. Every bit of his lost HP turns to physical defense for him, but that does not stop any magic damage dealer. But, well, Kagura is on the side of team. Oh, we see an engage coming in. We see the Julian and the Suyu maybe looking in for a kill on the Kagura. Kagura will be able to escape, flee. Oh, at the bot lane though, we're seeing more action coming in. We see Carmilla and Claude have pinned down that Hanabi into the tower. We see a ton of action going on in both lanes. Claude is able to just push, but that will be stopped because Angela is there to save the day. Tower on the bot lane, tier 1 to the side of Cooked or Be Cooked, saved again.
And this is really looking good for Claude because he already has a lot of gold up by now. I don't wonder what kind of items he is prioritizing.
Well, items or not, I think that Xavier got himself the enchanted talisman and will be able to spam his spells even faster now. So you looking for an engage, but will be able to escape the AOG. Fredrin's stun from the AOG allowed him to get that Lord Turtle and Carmilla, and also we see okay, Carmilla for a mage trade, I think that's a fair trade. However, the hard guard was used on the Fredrin to chase and follow up. I think that did not help. Well, Fredrin did not have his ultimate, and Suyu is looking in for maybe a few slashes in free, and Claude is looking in for the push in the mid lane though. But Kagura might just stall his plans.
Well, Kagura's decision was right, and she's back to defend her lane. But at the same time, I feel like Claude is using his mobility to the fullest, Like, just look at that. He's dominating the bot lane and coming to the mid lane for some extra farm. So we just saw him deleting Hanabi with his blazing duet. So this is some troublesome for Hanabi. Oh, and Kagura manages to take down Xavier. I just feel like with a superior mobility, she is a better option when it comes to 1v1.
Agreed, and I think Kagura being in the bot lane right now would provide a lot of value, but Suyu is in the mid lane, taking the tower down. Tier 1 in mid has been taken down. Suyu running to defend his lane. Xavier's ultimate has chipped down a little bit of health from the minions and will give Suyu enough time to defend his lane. Good stuff, and we see the Gatot is kind of low. I think he will be taken down. However, there's 30 seconds for the next turtle fight, and everyone seems to be having it in the bot lane. AOG used for such a short distance, but Suyu will be forced to defend his lane, defend his tower before he actually engages. Xavier looking, no, not Xavier, Megumi. The JJK skins all look the same. They literally just wear one school uniform. I'm sorry, I can't see white hair. I'm colorblind. And then again, we see the hard guard being used on the Fredrin, getting that knock-up onto that. Oh, shoot. Carmilla has to use the flicker to escape, and we see Julian is trying to stall his way out. We don't see much. The taunt from Fredrin's third skill has been wasted, but on the bot side, we see Hanabi getting deleted. She got forgotten by that Angela and the Fredrin. Hanabi was deleted by Claude. He has a lot of items, but you know what? I just saw that the Kagura got herself the glowing wand. That's going to be impressive. And we see the retribution has been used to save Fredrin, like on Fredrin to save himself. Julian will be taken down though. He will not be able to survive, but Claude has the advantage here because he's trying to push. But you know, enemies are missing. You have to stay back. You have to stay safe. And I think Claude is actually playing pretty good. Top lane tier 1 has been taken down before tier 1 on the side of Toska Divas was taken down, surprisingly. They have such low health in the top tower, tier 1. I'm surprised that Suyu was able to take it down before Gatot.
Zeus has a lot more damage onto with his basic attacks, and so that is kind of understandable, but at the same time, look at the Uno reverse coming in.
Oh, shoosh. Oh my god, that was surprising. Carmilla was actually taking a ton of damage. He got taunted by two people, the Fredrin and that Gatot. We see a ton of... Oh, the taunting was enough because Kagura is taunting him again with the umbrella and her yin-yang overturn, but she will be punished for actually kind of like going too far in the backlines. We see a ton of Angela going in with a Fredrin. I think he won't be able to actually escape if he tower dives because the Xavier will be able to root him down, immobilize him before he actually has the chance to escape. And that's kind of risky if you think about it. But mid tier 2 is taken down just as fast as the tier 1 in top lane. I think this is leaning towards the side of Toska Divas.
I feel like this could be so because they are actually playing objectives. Like, not just kills, like kills are pretty much even with 6 to 5 leading inside Cook or Get Cook. The turkey and the turret completely like Toska Divas know what to do, and look at that, they're already prepping up the Lord. Although it is not a luminous Lord, so this is just gonna be like help for the push. And oh, the AOG coming on to
It's a Lord bait, and they baited out the Gatot's AOG, but the Claude gets the kill on the Angela. That was what they were looking for, so that Fredrin will be taken down pretty fast. The knockout from the Lord will seal the deal. Fredrin will be taken down by the Claude. Carmilla securing the Lord, and also Xavier getting the kill on the Gatot. Kagura will not be able to escape. You know what will happen? Claude will get the triple kill, and he has a ton of items. Hanabi cannot do anything under the tower because Suyu will take her down pretty fast. Look at that damage.
Oh, the dawning light onto Hanabi, and Angela is actually trying to protect her, but I feel like they could have just, pushed the mid. Like, I feel like the inhibitor turret would have fallen. But okay, this also works.
But when you think about it, it's not a luminous Lord. Like you said, Hanabi will be able to do enough damage to take the Lord down, if at all she has even 2 items. So it's not going to be a good idea to let the gold laner do gold laner things. However, Claude is able to freely do just that because he's able to push down even more towers and allow Team Toska Divas to get some pressure onto the side of Team Cook or B Cook because they're cooking right now in the bot lane. Frederick taking a ton of damage and he taunts, but the Heart Guard is there to save him. Will it save him? Will not, because the Julian's dash will be securing the kill onto that Frederick. Then Su Yu will get the kill onto that Angela, but that AOG connecting in will not provide any value because there is a 3 versus 5 gap right now. Not looking good for the side of Team Cook or B Cook, and the mid tier 3 goes down. That's the first tier 3 of the match, and I think we're going to see a second tier 3 going down. Gatot and Kagura trying to secure maybe 1 kill. Curse of Blood does not connect onto anybody, and Gatot will be forced to use the Vengeance to escape as that team fight concludes. Angela, biting off a little more than she can chew, will be able to escape the Xavier's ultimate, not doing anything because Angela and the Flask of Oasis have so much value together, and that Fredrin's red buff was stolen. That was just sad.
The map control is completely with Toska Divas right now, and they have yet to lose even one of the tier 1 turrets. So that is like, it's gonna be bad once the second Lord comes. So I feel like they are gonna just go for the Lord and finish it up. At the same time, I feel like a lot of stacking up is gonna be planned because the inhibitor turret from the top side can be easily pushed. The blue team is completely focused on defending right now.
Yup, I totally agree with you. And talking about that, Su Yu has 4 kills, and he does have a lot of lead ahead from Gatot. Gatot cannot do much. Even if he's going for the mage build, he does not have enough items or gold to get that ready for a ton of damage. Because, well, Su Yu has outfarmed him and also out-leveled him, and this is a 7-13 game right now.
Well, as I said, although the kills are also pretty different, like Toska Divas have nearly the double amount of kills, but at the same time, the momentum and the map control, that is very, very different. Like, look at that. The lot is already secured, and Cook or Get Cook has to regroup back into the base.
Yup, and talking about that, Hanabi does have a lot of value in clearing, but that's a Luminous Lord that will take down both of your tier 2s if Team Toska Divas actually kind of like sync up the lanes. If they're doing good, they will be able to take down both of the tier 2s on your side. You really need to cook right now, cook or get cooked. This is going to be tough. But, well, Gatot, Fredrin, that provides a good backline for the Hanabi. If only Angela started protecting the Hanabi more, you know?
Yes, but at the same time, you see Hanabi as adorning a KDA of like 030. So that is really troublesome for her because she doesn't have enough items. And look at that, the spam coming in from Xavier.
Holy, that top lane tier 3 got pushed. AOG has been used, will not connect on to anybody. Hard guard has been used on the Fredrin, and we see the taunt coming in, and he's doing a ton of damage. The shutdown kill on the Claude comes onto the hands of Kagura. The blood has been spilled. That will not stop there because Kagura gets the second kill, and we see the Fredrin going down though. But that is not going to be enough for the side of Team Toska Divas. I think they actually messed up in that team fight. Not something that you want to see.
They did. I feel like Claude was really detrimental here, and if he was here, it could have been done. But Kagura getting the kill onto Claude, now that's a real game changer because she actually saved them completely. Ooh, the same umbrella checking the bushes, and Xavier just escaping from there. Now that was a real close call, or Xavier would have fallen as well.
Yup, and you don't want Xavier to actually get like taken down. You need him in team fights because he does provide a lot of values, especially with the immobilize effect that he has. Even though Kagura does a lot of damage, Xavier is where it's at because with the Carmilla, he will be able to zone out and provide a lot of value for his team. However, in the mid lane, we're seeing that Xavier is chunking down a ton of HP from the Gatot, especially with a glowing wand. As much HP as you have, that much damage, 0.3% will be taken out every second with the glowing wand. And I think Team Toska Divas want a second chance at it, want to take another Lord before they start engaging in an end game.
I feel like that was a wise decision because right now it is both 5v5 and Kagura is actually marking the important people. Also, we are seeing at least 2 immortalities coming in from the side of Coco Getka. So this is a real important thing, and the blood wings coming in from Kagura. Like she's actually trying to make sure to take down at least someone before she goes down. And Kagura can easily or instantaneously mark onto Xavier or Claude. And I believe that
Yeah.
she is gonna be marking Claude. So that is a real good like target lock for her because Claude is doing a lot of work for the team Toska Diva.
But we see the Lord has been started, and I think Toska Divas have the advantage. But they don't know Fredrin is right there to actually secure it. But that will not go down, and because AOG has been used, and also a little too late because Julian was able to get the kill onto that Lord. But that's not what we should be worried about. Su Yu try to end the game right at Julian getting the kill onto that Gata, GG's, and Fredrin a little too low. Yin Yang overturn has been used, will catch Claude, but will not be enough to kill him. He will be able to recover some HP if he hits something, but I don't think that's needed because, well, right now what's needed is an end game, and that Lord has locked in on the tower. No, I take that back. The Lord is
Hanami's
AI,
damage,
not
the
going to be enough.
Hanami's clear, okay. That is really coming strong. And look at the damage. Frederick has been taken down. And the curse of blood connecting on to three people. And Claude, as I said, Claude is really detrimental because this is what a marksman can do.
Victory!
Instead of initiating in team fights, what you can do is just directly mark the base and you can actually end it then and there. This was 2-0 clean sweep in favor of Tosca Diva. And I just feel like the decisions made and like waiting for the Lord and everything was coming in really good.
I agree. However, I think Claude, if you want to actually stand out, you need to get more kills or do a ton of crazy gameplay, like using the Claude with the flicker and that winter crown. That will provide you with a sentry that just steals damage around. People cannot get out of the base if you're able to put them, lock them in there, and that will pin a lot of pressure onto enemy teams if you try it. But that you need your time to be right, and I think it's going to be a little hard for you to for anybody to master. But once you do, you're pretty darn good with it.
Yes, exactly. But at the same time, I just believe that if he did have the Veterocran back when Kagura took him down, like, after the yin yang overturn is used up, so if you can just save yourself for that moment or those seconds, you can actually come back and like deal a lot of damage because Kagura cannot protect herself from your damage. And well,
Agreed.
it could have been very different and it could have ended earlier. So there are some decisions which could be debated whether they were right or wrong. But overall, they did not lose even one of the turrets. Like all of the tier one turrets were intact, and they got like all the lords, the turtles, like everything was brilliantly planned out. The staging and Xavier being the tower house, like he was so far away at the same time he was dealing so much damage. All of the immobilized coming in, the infinite extension, the dawning light, everything together, and burns. Like I just feel bad, but at the same time, I didn't see AOG connecting on to a lot of people, and often it was
Very
just
good
onto
gameplay.
Natalia. Like it was just used as a scaring tool. The people are just
Yeah.
like you have to run away from there because it did not connect to anybody, and at the last moment like the knockup from the Lord and the things like Fredrin just had a bad luck. He was successful in stealing the turtle, but every time with the Lord, well, it just went wrong.
True, true. And well, like you said, Xavier did a ton of damage. I agree. I think most of us, like most of the viewers, actually missed it. But Angela was healing everyone up, so you did not see the damage. You saw the heals more than well the damage. So I think that's something that you want to mention out there. But then again, that was a tough match for the side of Team Cook or Get Cooked. They got cooked twice. Not something that you actually wanted to feel because, well, once you lose two ranked games, you're just ripping your hair off.
Yes. That is so true, and I just feel like people forget, like, the debuffs you're providing, the heals you're providing, the mobilities you are providing, like with Rafaela and all. Like, you just forget the amount of times I've shielded you or like given you extra mobility so that you can just like get away from the people who are chasing you. I just feel like a lot of supports and the tanks or the saviors are being underappreciated in these moments. Well, at the same time, I just feel like the Flask of Versus is a good combo, but it could not do much because Redrin and Gatotkacha, both of them were there, and they were both very viable options for the hard guard. At the same time, she cannot hard guard both of them, and the damage coming in from the DHS via my Claude. Like Claude is literally a monster. I just feel like it would have been much better if they had banned him instead of some of the other bans.
They did ban that Sicilian and the Tigreal. Both of them were used by Toska Divas in the first match, and they did succeed with it. So it's obvious both of them were going to get banned. However, that Claude was left open, something that you don't want to see, because when you're facing a good Claude, you just want to give up. That's what happened to the Hanabi. And also, something to mention, Hanabi did not get the shield even once. The hard guard was never used out of the Hanabi even once. That was just, well, Hanabi benefits the most from a hard guard, while Gatot and Fredrin have a lot of sustain and they can do a ton of damage and also provide a lot of CC. Hanabi is the one who's supposed to be alive for the team to do damage, and that was not happening. Hanabi was always marked out and taken out fast. 0-3-0. That's what I remember. And you really don't want that for your core. Even though Kagura, the mid lane mage, the second core of the match, the core damage dealer, is doing a ton of damage, he is able to kill and pick off someone. But that Hanabi is the one who's going to do the most damage because, well, Hanabi has a lot of potential if you taunt enemies together and make that bounces the ninja petals. Pew. It just destroys people. But Hanabi was just left unchecked by his own
Yes,
team. The enemies
completely.
picked him.
Like, yeah, like she's still with 0 kills, and that's just kind of sad. But at the same time, like look at Claude with 616 and Xavier with 0-1-10. Like 10 assists. He was sitting back and dealing damage, providing
Thanks.
debuffs and providing like
Wait,
immobilize
wait, wait.
everything.
Wait, I think there's a mistake because I remember Kagura having more than 6 kills.
Kagura was 633 at the end of the
Well,
game.
okay, the kills. Okay, the assists are in the starting, the deaths are in the second, and the kill. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, makes sense. That makes sense. I did not see that. I
Exactly.
guess I.
I just realized that later when we were actually thinking about Tigreal having 14 kills, but it was actually 14 assists onto
Holy. Okay, totally on that. It's something that we overlooked. Hey guys, forgive us, but then again, that was an exciting match, though. Mako, do you have something that you want to say about it? Something that you actually want to bring up?
I just feel like there's like everything going on, like Claude with the DHS and Holy Trinity went so good, but still he does not have an anti-heal. So like he didn't even need it because the rest of the team does have him backed up. So without Halberd like dishing out so much damage, I just feel like the team play coming in from Toska Divas is actually showing us like what is actually important. Because Xavier and Claude, both of them are heroes which are not seen much in this current meta. Also Julian. Well, actually, both the teams were kind of non-meta drafts, so I just feel like you can actually have some really good gameplays with every hero. The synergy and the gameplay, these are the things which are going to matter a lot after your draft, and that execution and the draft both together is something which will lead you to victory.
And there you go, guys. The MVP of the match. It's Lee Feet, your boyfriend. That's a Claude with a 10.0 average score. Nice job.
Completely. As I said, they should have just banned him, but okay, well, it happens. Congratulations, guys. Toska Divas for the win, and that was such an impressive match.
Totally agreed. And I hope to see better Claude players in the future in my games because I'm rooting for you guys. And then again, you guys have potential, way more potential than I had, and I want you to see. I want you to show it basically in your ranked games, in your classic games. Do better and make that Mobile Legends lobbies. Myth about, oh, yeah, it's not a myth, it's the truth. Mobile Legends lobbies being toxic and hard to play in India. Let's just rid that out of our world.
Yes, completely. So, guys, we will be back with much more interesting matches. Don't go anywhere. And the next matchups will be up soon.